Right, that's the end of Fantasy Step. It's time for Boundary Gate. At least for a little while. Just close some tabs. Don't need the language of the flowers anymore. I can't believe that ending though. I also can't believe that they like wiped over my save file. That's a little bit rude. Techie Rob, thank you for the points. Do you know? Oh, I don't know. No, it's fine. I'm just getting really bothered about OBS. You know when you make OBS like full screen and I can't minimize it again? It's just bugging me that it's just sort of there. It doesn't seem to be taking too much there. Keep forgetting the challenge there. It's alright. It's only really a bit of fun. I mean, I'm probably going to do snares anyway. Does F11 work? Oh, let me try that. No. It does something though, but not. It doesn't work. It's very strange. So I tried, what's the thing? Alt and enter. That doesn't do anything either. OBS is really stupid though, I think though. Like all the, you know, the pop-up boxes and stuff, they never fit. Whatever, it's fine. It's just triggering my like OCD a little bit. I can minimize it. I just can't. I can't minimize it from, you know, the top where you've got the minimize and the maximize and the X. I can't. They've gone. I can only do it from the taskbar now. It's very annoying. I'd have to actually exit over the OBS and quit the stream. So, we'll just leave it. Right. So let's continue with Boundary Gate, seeing as Fantasy Step ended up being rather short. We just unlocked like 4 dungeons, I think. And that's what I need to do now. I think we sort of explored most of one of them. So it's just a matter of retracing my steps. Ugh, I can't even, like, my Door of a Kingdom for a fucking compass in this game. Do you see what I did there? I used the title. Let me just get my bearings. I'm still in Fantasy Step mode. Where's North? Right. But yeah, so we'll just go back to the dungeon that I was doing. Which one was it? I did the first one, I think. The Crest of the Heart. So this will be a bit of a chill stream. We've got essentially 4 dungeon crawls to do, I think. So it's kind of good to get them a little bit done. I'm having issues with my sofa. I think it's starting to sag, which is making it become less comfortable. Yeah, I only bought it like 6 months ago. Even that. So previously on Boundary Gate, we did a good chunk of this dungeon, and actually went through the VOD a little bit. Just rechecked a couple of scenes. Now I think I slightly misinterpreted one thing. I think when he was talking about the sisters, the leader of the Church of Healing that died. Oh. Thanks for the points, Virtual Wolf. I think he said that basically he said it was sort of like an irony that one sister gained a body while I don't think I don't think, I might be wrong, but I don't think that the sister that got the body, I don't think she got it from the other sister. I think they both came in, they both had a surgery, but I don't know if they were related to each other. But he said that it was ironic that one of them gained a body while the sister that lost a body ended up becoming... I think she lost her body by becoming the Daughter of Kingdom. I'm not sure exactly. But then he said that's not right. He said like what that was what came through the gate. It's very weird because he didn't use a pronoun for a person. It was more like a thing. So I am wondering if he was saying that like the sister that we've seen in the game so far, I wonder if that's actually really her, or if he, because he died like while he was saying it, so I think he might have been suggesting that she may be something that came through the gate. I'm also wondering if she's only a head with a body, with an artificial body. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell from the arm. Been over there. Let's check that bottom corner. Yeah, there's so many mysteries in this game. I say let's check that bottom corner. I'm not even going that way. This way. But I think that scene was supposed to be deliberately vague. I think he was kind of foreshadowing something but then got cut off. But it's like he started saying about that one sister lost a body while the other while one sister gained a body while the other sister that lost a body therefore became the Daughter of the Kingdom. So I'm wondering if it's how you become a Daughter of a Kingdom is by giving up your body. I'm not sure. Wait, is this the third floor suddenly? Oh, we've been here already. But then he seemed to like correct himself and said that that came through the gate, whatever that is. Magic stone. I'll take that. Is this all just a dead end then? It is getting a bit more mazy now then. I don't mind this level of a maze though. It doesn't seem too much work. Helps that, you know, you can turn the encounter rate down. Go north. Okay, let's try this staircase then. Oh, the other thing that I noticed too, which I did say at the time but just worded a bit badly, but when we were at the bottom of the Church of Healing, we found those like things in tanks, but it said that not just in the things in the tanks, but it said there was like a dissolved gloopy like substance or something at the bottom of the tanks. So I'm kind of wondering if the way that they create monsters is by using something, like maybe a body part or something, and then it dissolves away. Or I just feel like there's something that they're using. I think it's got to tie into the whole healing thing. Oh, by the way, are you still around, Techie Rob? I have an update on something I got. Although I'll tell everybody anyway, but I specifically thought you might be interested. But I picked up, I haven't got it yet, but it's coming in the post. I got Raiden Project for the PlayStation 1. Which is actually one of, I believe it's like one of the very first PlayStation titles. It's also very cheap. There's like a greatest hits version. There's a large print run. But it apparently has Raiden. Raiden's always good. Is that Raiden? Whose is that one? Is that Neon Arcade? I didn't know he was a big Raiden fan actually. So Raiden Project has Raiden 1 and Raiden 2 on the same disc, so I thought, well, that must be fun then. I mean, PlayStation's not necessarily known for shooters, but none of them came out on Saturn, so if there's no other ways. I need to go to the top left. Actually, didn't I already find this? I did. This is one of those ways, isn't it? Neon Arcades, Neon was playing Raiden last week. Was he? Which one? I've always heard mixed things about Raiden. Some people say it's like got a very cheap difficulty with stuff that shoots off screen all the time. There's 2 Raiden games on the PlayStation 1 though. I don't really understand it. I'm kind of confused because like one of them is Raiden Project, which is very cheap. And then there's another Raiden game like Raiden DX or something, or Raiden 2. I can't remember what it's called. And it has another version of Raiden, but that's expensive. It's done by another company too. But when I looked it up, they both look like the same game to me. The more expensive one is on the PSN though, so I guess I could always get it that way. It'd be cheaper too, but it looked like the same game, it just had different music. But then the Raiden Project one that I was looking at, apparently you can choose the music anyway, so maybe I just was listening to the different music. But I figured, you know, even if I don't love the game, it'll just be a bit of fun to play. It's a good entry point into the series. And I'm going to play Raiden Triad anyway, which is because it's on the Mega Drive, which is the Mega Drive's port of Raiden 1, which is apparently not very good. But when I played it, like DOSed on it recently, I actually enjoyed it. So we'll see. I'm not sure if I'll go with the whole series though, because some of the Raiden games are pretty expensive now on the PlayStation 2 and stuff. I've dabbled in Raiden. I don't love it that much. I'm not that big on vertical shooters though. And I don't know about you, but I particularly don't like the sort of 3D shooters, like 3D polygon but 2D style shooters. I don't really like the graphics as much, especially vertical, which I notice Raiden does a lot of later, I think. I just find it a bit, I don't know. I'd much rather it was pixel. Raiden Fighters, I need to check the VOD. So why, I'm wondering why this is all organic looking. Is that a one-way door? Oh, it is. Oh, I'm not a fan of one-way doors. It's like Air's Adventure. dead end. Talking nonsense, it was Strikers. I've played Strikers. I like Strikers. Have you played the whatever it is that Capcom did? 1943, 1944 Kai or whatever. I was considering those at some point. They're on the Saturn, aren't they, in a collection? They're on other platforms like PlayStation 4 or whatever, but I think they'd be fun on the Saturn. Healing Ring, oh, I'll have that. There's that Capcom Generations collection that you can get on the Sega Saturn. There's like 5 of them. But I want the one that has Mercs on it. It has a supposedly arcade port of Mercs. And the other games in the series, I think, too, or one of them. I quite like the Ghouls and Ghosts one as well, even though it's a bit silly. I played the new ones, played 1942 at the arcade, known as Carrier Air Wing Jammer. There's a lot of interesting door. I should have gone through that goat door now. I just thought it was the end. Is that a one-way door? No? Oh, I ended up going south. There's another ram door. Already been here? Oh, so it wasn't a major door then. Terraini. Did you play Shine in the Holy Ark? I'm thinking I want to play that too. Because I've had a few people comment that this is very similar looking. I know that Nervous Harpist loves that game. Played it, completed it, one of the games I got at the same time as your Saturn. Did you like it? Nervous Harpist told me many times how much they loved this game. I have it. I've had it for quite a while. It was one of the first games that I got with my Saturn too, just because I knew I would play it eventually, and it was like £1. Magic Ring. But I thought I'd play the other Shining games first. She's useless. I feel like I should just give her this Magic Ring. What does it do though? It doesn't seem to do anything for the stats. Is it just gonna give restores magic or something? Oh, Healing Ring. Restores 2 health while you're walking. A magic ring restores MP. May as well do that then. Who needs the healing ring? May as well have this. I mean, this is broken. Nobody needs this. Thank you for the points, Damien. It was pretty good for a dungeon crawler, the best one I've played. The way it looks, it always makes me wonder what the fuck people were talking about when they said the Saturn couldn't do 3D. But that's a lie. I mean, you just saw me playing a 3D game, which I think actually looks better than the PlayStation version from what I've seen. The Saturn can do 3D, just can't always do very good 3D like the PlayStation can. Depends what it is. I think the Saturn can do lots of interesting things. It just has different strengths. And so much of it's dependent on the person making the game, because people say, I don't like those statements like the Saturn can't do 3D and that the Saturn is better at 2D. I think are not true. The Saturn can be better at 2D, but it's not always. There's quite a lot of bad 2D games on Saturn that are better on PlayStation. Mostly the Konami ports. Thanks for the points, Kura. The only thing that really annoys me about the Saturn though is that there's a lot of inferior games on the Saturn that got re-released on the PlayStation with extras, and it always annoys me. There's a fourth dude now. That is Melissa. Because I was looking up Bust a Move, because I really like Bust a Move, and I was thinking like, why don't I buy Bust a Move? Because I've always played the Super Nintendo one on like an emulator or whatever, and I really liked it, so I thought, well, why don't I actually buy a Bust a Move game and just play it? And I was looking at getting Bust a Move 3 for the Saturn, because I thought it'd be really comfy on the Saturn. But then, lo and behold, it's better on the Saturn. It's Bust a Move 3, but then it was re-released a year later on the PlayStation and the N64 as Bust a Move 3 Deluxe, and it's got extra stuff. And it's just, I don't want to play it on the PlayStation. I want to play it on the Saturn. I guess I could just anyway, but the Saturn, the PlayStation has like extra backgrounds and all this stuff. Shove around the Saturn, the lazy ports. Yeah, Konami, they've got some really half-assed ones, like Suikoden's crap on the Saturn, and it really, there's no reason why it shouldn't be good. Castlevania Symphony of the Night's crap on Saturn. I'm sorry, I don't know. There's a lot of apologists for that game to try and argue that it's better just because it's got extras. It's not. It's got dreadful loading. Those Saturns, exactly. It's awful, but it's not the Saturn's fault. It's just bad development, bad porting. It's the same people that did it. There's also Vandal Hearts on the Saturn, which I really want to get because I'm curious how bad that is too. And I've played Vandal Hearts on the PlayStation anyway. But Konami, it's the Nagoya team for Konami that did it. And they did the Vandal Hearts port too, so I'd imagine it's also crap. A lot of times on Suikoden are just, they're ungodly. Should actually be illegal to have that much of a lot. It's like Blood Omen bad. Oh, I've gone through the wrong way. I'm starting to... The game suddenly went from like being really easy with the layout to having mazes. What else is a bad 2D game on the Saturn? I don't know. I haven't played really many. What I really want... I forgot you left off inside some intestinal tray. Yeah. What I really want is... I want to get Pandemonium on the Saturn. I I really want to play it on there. I actually have changed my tune a bit with the Saturn with 3D and stuff. Like, I really like playing 3D games on the Saturn now. I just find they have a certain look about them that they've got a very crunchy texture that I like. And I like the control pad. It's interesting where it feels weird to use a Saturn controller to play games that I associate with things like PlayStation. I want to get Pandemonium because I've always wanted to play Pandemonium. I never had it. I just remember playing the demo a lot. It's called Magical Hoppers in Japan. It's just a bit annoying that the sequel's on PlayStation only. I think I need to get to that bottom left-hand corner. It's the Magical Hoppers, yeah. You have that one actually, don't you, if I remember? Is that one of the ones that you own? I forget you got Cotton too. You got that on import. I want to buy it. It's actually not too expensive. I turned my nose up at it in the past because I thought I'd get it for the PlayStation. But now I really want... It was, I think it was Fantasy that made me want to play Pandemonium on the Saturn. But at the moment it's currently just sold out. Like, nobody, every copy that's listed is sold. There was one that popped up the other day, but it was like, it just looked a bit damaged. And the price wasn't even good, so I was just like, no, I'll just wait. Not in a rush. I didn't even plan to, I haven't really been getting anything at the moment. I'm sort of trying to calm down a little bit. However, Riding Project was just really cheap. So, well, let's have a look. What I am after though, the next game that I really want to get hold of, just because I'm getting very worried about prices going up on it, is I really want to get the Saturn Mega Mans. I want to get Mega Man 8 and X3. X4. Astor Game... Oh, I want to get Game Paradise actually. Astor. You have Astor? I didn't know you had Astor. I have Astor. I paid a bit more than I should have for Astor as well. Quite a couple of years ago. It was one of the last... Astor was one of the very last games I bought from a actual shop before I discovered how much cheaper stuff was online. Mass test. Okay. Guess we found the right way to go. I've got Astor Cotton 2, Magic Knight Ray Earth, and Thunder Force 5. I would like to get Game Paradise. Game Paradise is too hard to get. I know you recommended that one. Game Paradise 2 is on the PlayStation 2 though. Love the way everyone talks. Yeah, I love the magic on this. I think it's really... I've been saying it loads. I think it's really realistic. Because you would, right? Someone's like basically just blowing up the place. It's nice that they react to it. barely paying attention to what stuff is doing. Unfortunately, I don't know how much you've seen of this Kura, but the game is incredibly easy. Like, I barely need to think. I'm only using magic to try and speed up the combat a bit. But there's been absolutely zero threat of danger. If that's okay, I hope it's not. It's not. Poor relations for everyone this game. No, Game Paradise is like 2,500 yen. It's anywhere between 2,500 and 3,000 for a good deal. That's about it. And it depends if you want the VHS or not. I don't want the VHS because I don't have a VHS player. I will get it without the big box, unless I saw it for ridiculously cheap with the big box, but I'm not paying for it because I'd never use it. You can watch it on YouTube. Do you have the big box? Or just the game? Because it came with a big box with a video in it, just like some sort of anime, something or other. I think I'll just get that too. It keeps the price down a little bit. I think with the video it's about 5,000, a bit more. But it's just pissing money away at that point. I'm never going to watch it. I don't see myself getting a VHS player in Japan. I don't even have a TV that I probably put one up to. It's the same with Thunder Force, to be honest. I liked the idea of getting a Thunder Force 5 Special Edition, you know, the double CD case one. I sort of regret not doing it now, but it was just a soundtrack. I'm never going to listen to it. And I actually prefer the cover of the single jewel case one anyway. It looks smarter. And it was paying a bit extra to get the double one. It is an amazing soundtrack, but I don't listen to CDs, do you? I don't have a CD player. I would just listen. It's on YouTube. It is a very good soundtrack though. It's got some... this isn't even just a soundtrack, this is like remixes of big songs from it. But like I said, the CD's never gonna go in a machine. And I do really like the single case cover. I think it's a really, really pretty cover. God, how much health has this got? There's certain stuff that I'll go out my way to get, like if there's an Uno game that I kind of want to get, but I want to make sure that I get the audio drama with it, because there's no guarantee I could find that online, you know. And I would listen to that at least once. Tanky Random Door Guardian. Yeah, it wasn't really a challenge. But Liz is leveled up, we're all leveling up. Oh. We got the sword of the crest. Crest sword. Probably just equip it. I guess it's for Finn. Yeah. Can anybody else use it though? Nope. Nope. I'll give it Finn. Oh, but he's only just got the flame sword. Oh, he's got a flame sword as well. He can't use it either. I forgot I had 2 flame swords. Can she use a flame sword? No. Can she use a flame sword? No. I feel like this is... Oh my god, there's another floor. Spooky. I feel like this is going to be like the dams in Phantasy Star 2. You know, there's 4 we've got to go to. The hell is that? So is this another boundary gate? Music spooky. Perhaps we should heal. I don't need to heal because we've leveled up. Game's so easy. Oh, there's the symbol of the heart. Wait, what? It's a computer? What is this? This game is going to go get weird, I think. I'm not even sure. Is that multiple personality? I'm going to have to check my readings. I think it's multiple personality artificial intelligence system, but let me double check myself. Or multi-layer? Yeah, multiple personality type. Artificial intelligence system? Heart. Oh, it's speaking. The heart says, put the plate in your hand. I'll put your hand on the plate rather, sorry. Liz put her hand on the plate. And then the voice spoke again. Oh wow. We're going sci-fi. What's that? Is that Gene? Yeah, gene. I guess genetic. Confirming genetic code. What's the password? Lisp said something that sounded like a password. Hart said, command accept. The Heart terminal has, what is that, like ceased? Above the swirling, above the, what was the word that I said? The whirlpool of light, the boundary gate basically. The form of a dark-haired girl appeared, floating. Sister, don't get in my way. Can confirm she's a sister then. Kilal. Oh wow, can't read that. Have to look that one up. Oh, it's just dumbfounded with a bizarre reading instead. So the form of the girl disappeared with the whirlpool, the vortex of light, leaving Lisp standing there dumbfounded. What does that mean? Multiple? What was that? Multiple? What was it? Like multiple personality artificial intelligence system. What does that mean? Game's weird. I love it. It's gonna go all Xenogears on my ass. I can feel it. I just hope not too much. Because I've got to read it. I have actually played Xenogears in Japanese. I played it during COVID, the lockdown thing, although I did actually play with the English script open. Oh, sort of. I was very curious to see how it got translated actually. And most of it seemed pretty intact. But yeah, Xenogears melted my brain. There's a lot of heavy language in that game of vocabulary. I would really like to replay Xenogears now. I wish that I'd played Xenogears when I was actually making vocabulary like I do now from video games, trying to actually learn stuff. What's a Xeno anyway? I mean, don't know. Does it? I wonder if it comes from. Actually, it's not even Xeno, is it? It's Zeno. But I'll read it how I will. I guess it's like xenophobia. Xenomorph. What does xeno mean? Like race? Xenosaga. Do you say Xenogear? Not the. I know it's xenophobia, but do you say Xenogears or Xenogears? Outside a foreigner. I think it has to specifically be. I can't even remember if xenophobe. What is xenophobia? Is it actually not? Is it an outsider or is it people of another race specifically? It's like, oh, it's a prejudice of people from other countries. So it's not actually race, though, it's just other countries. So it could be like white people. If you're white, it could be white people from other countries, I guess. Latin for alien or other word. That would make a lot of sense then. Alien Gears, Alien Saga. Let's say Xeno. That didn't help me. I do Xeno instead of Zeno. Let's have a look. Where is it on my shelf? I think it's Zeno in Japanese as well. I would like to replay that though. I can't imagine I would ever stream it though. It's a hard game though. I died quite a lot on that game. Like this. I really need to finish Xenosaga 3. I need to start it actually, I've only played an hour. I'm going to restart it. I'm going to finish the games that I've got going and then I'm going to do Xenosaga. Ever since I started using that website, the Completionist or whatever, Completionator, I can't remember now. Not Completionist, Completionator. And I've been keeping track of like playthroughs. It helps me focus and I keep looking at it and seeing like what I have on the go that I haven't finished and it's kind of embarrassing. I could actually use a teleport, but I just want to check the other bit of the third floor that we didn't go through. But yeah, I need to finish, what have I got on the go? It's obscene what I'm playing. Let me just open my thing. I've got about 15 games on the go, it's ridiculous. My playthroughs. I've got Legend of Heroes. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Legend of Heroes 3. Let's get my bands first. Yeah, that way. Man Overboard. Man Overboard doesn't count though because it's on Twitch really. So I'm fine with that one. But Legend of Heroes 3 I need to finish. I've clocked like over 50 hours on that game as well. It's ridiculous. Boundary Gate. We've been playing this for 17 hours. Although more now, because I'm playing it right now. Then I'm playing Glorious Saviour on my iPhone, which is a little Chemco RPG. I've been playing it for about 8 hours now. I usually play that on my commute to work, which is only about 10 minutes long, so I never get much done. But it's free. I've got Alundra 2, which I'm about 23 hours into Alundra 2. But I'm playing that offline, but I'm playing that mostly with Barley Bap, and we're sort of chatting about it as we play. So that one is also not really a concern. I'll play that when we play that. So I don't really count that one. Then Phantom Step I can count as finished now. Hooray! Actually, it wasn't that long. I only clocked 12 hours 40 minutes, and then what we did tonight, which is probably about 2 hours. So the game took me, to say that I've never played it before, the game took me about, what, 15 hours, 14 hours? And I did a lot of faffing around. And, obviously not playing it in English. This is not bad. It's not too long then to replay. But where am I going? I'm trying to go somewhere on the second floor, I think it is. Then we can just teleport out of here. Oh, I need to finish Kamaitachi no Yoru, which is a visual novel. It's Japanese. I'm playing the PlayStation version of it. I'm about 6 hours into that, but I'm not very far. It's essentially a book, so I'm reading it rather slowly. I'm trying to actually learn some vocabulary from it. But I don't read a lot of books, and it has a lot of language that's not usually in like these kind of games, which are very it's just spoken word a lot, whereas like that game's got a lot of descriptive narrative because it's written like a book would be. You know, like instead of like she moved across the room with a fluster, like she gently moved across the room or something like that. Dreamy, what a time for you to show up. I was just going through games that I have on the go that I need to finish, and the next one on the list is Hyperdimension Neptunia, and there you are. I want to go to the left side of this. Just uncover that top left hand corner and check there's no like treasure chests. This game's getting crazy. It'd be easier to teleport out and then walk around myself. I'm about 9 hours into Hyperdimension Neptunia and I've dropped it. I haven't played it since. I started it in May. It's embarrassing. Look at that. I've not touched it. I'm gonna finish Legend of Heroes first and then I'll play that one. Some more. I want to go to the top. Then I got Revenant Saga. I remember seeing all of those I know. I'm trying to finish them off though. I was playing some Legend of Heroes last night. I keep wanting to start something new and I keep telling myself don't. I've banned myself from playing anything else because I just go, ooh, new shiny and get in the mood for something else. Streaming helps me finish stuff too. I just finished Phantom Step tonight. We didn't actually go live with Boundary Gate. I was playing Phantom Step for the first 2 hours of the stream, but finished it. Got a really bad ending. It's great. I'll have to replay it, but not now. I'll probably replay it on the PlayStation. Have a look at what the differences are and try and get the best ending. Seeing as I happen to own it twice. Really try not to do that. Start at 15 on a whim though. Oh, I liked 15. It had problems, but I did like it. Let's see, there's all this up here. Whoa, what was all that? And a treasure chest. Flame ring, see? Pays to look. That sounds actually quite good. What does it do? Resists flame. Okay, well, why not? We'll give it to somebody. We'll give it to you. Congrats on finishing, yeah. Sort of finishing. But yeah, I've got Hyperdimension Neptunia, then I got Revenant Saga, which I'm 10 hours into. That was silly to start that one, but I don't think those Chemcon RPGs are supposed to be very long, so I can probably bang that one out soon. I might at the weekend. I've got some free time this weekend where I'm not planning to do anything. I'm gonna try and get through it. Make it sound like a chore. And then yes, there's more. I'm still going with the games that I'm playing at the moment. But like, I haven't touched this one since May as well. But I'm also playing Summer Night on the PlayStation. I'm 9 hours into that. I do really like that though. I think with Summer Night though, I'm just going to start it again. But I was having a lot of fun with it. It wouldn't take too long to get back to where I was. Right, let's leave. And then I've got Atelier Marie, which I was 13 hours into. And I'd probably start again too. And Tales of Zestiria, which is embarrassing. Professor Layton, the first game I haven't done. And then the Blair Witch on the PlayStation 4, but that's playing with a friend, so that doesn't really count. It's whenever they come over, we play that. And Dragon's Crown. Right, I guess we can just... I'm going to save actually though first before I do anything. So where's the quickest way to go? Can't imagine being in the middle of so many games. I mean, I say I'm in the middle of them, but you know, some of them I haven't played in 5 months. Am I technically in the middle of them, or are they just like dead playthroughs at this point? I don't want to be here, I just want to save the game. I'll save somewhere better. Go to your favourite place. But yeah, at the moment, we've got to go through these 4 dungeons, and we just did one of them, and we found a sort of computer. Do you know what then? Those are the 5 crests that she must have blessed us with, blessed the kingdom with then. The Mother of Beginnings or whatever, but they're not really... It's one of those games, I think, where the legends are wrong. Like, not quite what they're supposed to be. I want to save it as the game. So we found the Crest of the Heart dungeon, we've done that, and at the end there was like a play it, and it told us to touch it. And it says that it was like a multiple personality artificial intelligence system, which is not where I was expecting this game to go. And this, it told to put her hand on it. This put her hand on it, and it asked for a password, and she said a password. I don't know why she knows the password though, but I guess maybe she's not telling us everything. And it accepted the password and shut down. And the plot thickens, and then sister, it confirmed that the daughter of the kingdom is her sister now. Her floating head appeared and told us to not get in her way. I think it's starting to drift into sci-fi. Right, well, let's go to the next one. I think I'll just go down in order. I will go to the Labyrinth of the Crest of the Fang. Hey again, Fishy Ash. Finished Fant. Were you here then? I can't even remember now. You think you left before? We finished Fantasy Step. We got a bad ending. It's over. Back on Boundary Gate. And it's getting weird. hear a voice, says Melissa. Oh. Those who don't have the key to the Crest of Fang should step back. Oh, maybe we don't have the one for here then. Why are you back on this? Because it's good. No, it is because I finished Phantom Step. Rest of the pentagram. Not the pentagon. You heard a voice. Wait, why don't we have the keys? I thought we had the keys for these. Same thing. What? I wish there was an item list. Which keys do I have? I thought I had quite a lot of keys. Crest of the Eye then. Lamb curry. BIR food is popular in Cyprus. What's BIR? Oh, we can go in this one. British Indian restaurant. Well, this is nice. At least it's not fleshy coloured yet. Yeah, I used to go. There was this like Turkish bar that was open for a while that then closed down, but they used to do lamb skewers and like a lamb burger thing, which was good. Then it closed. I like lamb. Martha? It's we'll go with Martha. I like it. Love lamb curry, all curry. Yeah, you're the queen of soups and curries. He did all that fancy magic and it missed. It didn't have any effects on anybody and did 2 damage to Melissa. It's ridiculous how easy this is. Pretty popular here in general. So lucky. That, what is that? Gyro? That's what they did. Actually, I think. Wait, no, is that Greek as well? I'm not thinking of here. I'm thinking last Christmas when I had a takeout with my sister. we had Greek takeout. Is it in like a pita bread or something? That one. It was nice. That was a Greek. That's what it was. Pronounce it as Euro. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just thinking gyro's like the dollar. I'm probably saying it totally wrong and everybody's silently laughing at me. Pita bread with chips and salad. Yeah, I had that at takeout at Christmas. We didn't know how big they were going to be as well, so we ordered 2. We had like a beef one and a lamb one, and we literally only needed 1 between 2 people. Leonard. Okay. And the chips were overkill. Saw somebody selling an official guide for this. If I was rich, I'd buy it. It wasn't expensive, but I just don't have money to waste on something like that. It's about £15, I think. £10, which I think is not bad for a guide from about 20 years ago. guide cost about as much as the game, though. I'd love to look at it, though. I do really like this game, though, so I could be tempted at some point. Because the reason I quite was interested in the guide, you could see a couple of previews of pages, and it's sort of like talked about the story as well, which I really like. Quite a lot of Japanese guides, they do have story stuff in the guides. It's not just how to play the game and art and things. It's amazing. Lonslow. That is a really interesting design choice. Did you complete Fantasy Step on my space from spoilers to watch streams again? Thank you for the points. Yes, it's finished. I got a really bad ending. Whoa, that's a cool effect. But it did nothing. You might, I have to warn you though, you might struggle with Fantasy Step. It's tricky to know what to do. I was struggling a lot sometimes trying to work out where to go next and what to do. And you're gonna need a guide to get the best ending. Did you select the game overall? Yeah, but the best ending is kind of specific, and the game will save your game for you. So I got the bad game ending, and the game saved, and I have to start the whole game again if I want to try something else. But yeah, a bit annoying. Really? Main reason you buy the guy for the art and the lore? Yeah. My dilemma though, it's not really a dilemma, but like I won't bother buying it because I want to I'd rather spend that money on another game. Like it's about the good ending if you do anything wrong. So basically, there's like a combination of items that you need to get the best ending. I had one missing, and the ones that I had, not all of them are actually necessary. And I used the wrong ones, and I got a bad end. Well, it's not even a bad ending, really. It's just like a not the good ending, but it's a crap ending. It's not very satisfying. Could be rough. You'll get a bad ending, basically. You're gonna get one. There's no way that you'll get the good ending, I don't think. Especially using a computer thingy. It's a bit. The hints are very vague. I was very close, but yeah, you're getting a bad ending. I don't even know how to get the item that was missing. I'm gonna have to look at it after stream. I'll read the guide, but I was trying not to read the guides because I didn't want to spoil it. But yeah, we're playing Boundary Gate now instead, which is really fun. I love this game. You'll be happy we just got to the end. You should be able to get to the end. But it's going to be, I mean, I guess you played Mystic Arts, so you know what you're getting into, but it's really just a text game. There's not a lot else to it. It's just dialogue. Which is what I assume Mystic Arc is. I need to play Mystic Arc, but I want to play the other one. The Super Nintendo game first. Enter the Scarecrow, whatever it is. Enter the Scarecrow head. This game looks awesome. It's really good. It's just a huge shame that it's really, really easy. Makes a lovely stream though, because I can just chat and I don't need to think at all. I'm not even paying attention. You don't need to even read to enjoy the battles. Just mash that circle button and then it's all over. I don't know how I could die, because I don't even heal. Because I always level up before I need to heal. And now I've got these healing rings which heal my HP as I walk. I've turned down the encounter rate now because I don't even need to grind. There's just no point. I'd rather just like get on. I just I'm enjoying the game as just a story game at this point. So, no difficult spikes. Yeah. Although I wouldn't mind like a slight bit of a challenge. Have I just gone for a funny wall? I have, haven't I, bastard? Oh well. But I'm just enjoying it as a story-driven game at this point. Only got through because I followed with the Japanese Let's Play. Oh really? Did you get that stuck? Playing any other first persons in the near future? Yeah. This one, this one isn't typical though, I don't think, is it? They usually are more just dungeon crawlers. I don't feel like this one's very dungeon crawly at all. I mean, I have the Shin Megami Tensei games. I've played not Shin, but I've played Megami Tensei 1 and 2 before, not on stream though. Do you mean just in general though, or do you mean on Twitch? I mean in general, definitely. Twitch, I don't know, it depends. I'd rather play ones that have like a story. Crabbits on stream. If it has a story I will, I think, but there is one that I don't own it. I would like to play it though. I'd like to play Dungeon Explorer Nexus on the Sega Saturn, but it's getting a bit pricey now, so it depends on if I can ever afford it. But that's a dungeon crawler. It's sort of a revival sequel of an older game that I used to play when I was very young. It's got a few areas where it's sort of clue guided and dialogue trees is impossible. The graphics on it look gorgeous though. First person RPGs. I mean, what I have is I have Shin Megami Tensei 1, 2 and If, and I've got Shine in the Holy Ark. I'm definitely going to play Shine in the Holy Ark, and I'll probably stream that, I think. Now, feeling a bit more confident to do so, I think I'd definitely do Shine in the Holy Ark. Looking it up, looks like Dungeon Master game. You ever played Dungeon Master? So, Dungeon Master, it's supposed to be like a follow-up to that. Might enjoy it. I'd be curious to see what you think of it as a Japanese speaker. Oh, Mystic Art. Yeah. I'll see how I feel about streaming it. Depends how heavy it is. I mean, I guess I just did Fantasy-Step. It's probably just like Fantasy-Step in terms of language. I'm worried that this one's gonna get really crazy soon. Eye of the Beholder, which is apparently like... Yeah, so for the longest time I thought Eye of the Beholder was Dungeon Master. Because they look almost identical, don't they, with the menu stuff? But they're not. Apparently Dungeon Master was first, I think. It's fairly brief. 10 to 15 hours. So I think Fantasy-Step took me about 15. Dungeon Master was first. So my brother-in-law, when he was alive, when I was younger, he used to play Dungeon Master on the Atari ST. So it's quite nostalgic for me in that way. I don't think I ever really played it that much myself, but I just used to watch him for like hours playing it. I remember clicking around, him clicking with the cursors and dragging stuff onto the characters. And those mummies. So I'd really like to try and play the Saturn one. But it's getting to be like 7,000, 8,000 yen and upwards these days. I don't think the price on that one hasn't set, it's just idiots keep paying whatever for it. And it doesn't get listed very often and then people just buy it, I think. Even though I don't think it's worth that much, but that's how prices go up. People should jump the gun and just overpay. And then the next person that's got a copy is like, oh, I can sell this for even more. Because for a while I was worried that's what was happening with Mega Man 8 on the Saturn. It's started to come down again now, thank God. nobody's buying any copies for the moment, but there was a couple of idiots that paid like 9,000, 10,000 yen for it recently, and I think one person paid like 11,000. It's like, fucking hell, it is not a 10,000 yen game. Like, Mega Man 8 is about 6,000 on Saturn in Japan. I mean, less really. I've seen it in shops for about 7,000. But then someone will pay like 11,000 for it online. I'm just like, oh, you've set a new... And then after that happened, like, all the sellers were all like, ooh, 12,000, ooh, 13,000 yen. I'm just like, really? Japanese retro games, they're not anymore though. They're going pretty bad. I mean, I really want to get that game that you have, Yorozi. I want not Galgun. What's it called? You know the one I mean, the one that you have. I really want it, but that seems to be getting pricey now too. I need to really make a decision on that one the next time I see it. I just don't ever see it for cheap enough. It's always obscene. Because there's a lot of like unopened copies of it. I don't want unopened though, because I'm going to open it. Had a Western release probably be 200. Well, yeah, I mean, I would buy Saturn games if I was in the West at all. I wouldn't be able to afford them. Galactoism. It's pretty dear, unfortunately, yeah. I do really want it. I'd like to play it. So I watched the first, like, 40 minutes of your stream of it, and it made me want to play. Because it reminded me a lot of the Atelier series, which especially because I've been playing Atelier Marie, and it kind of looked like Atelier Marie, but just with a different sort, like an RPG instead. The same thing, the time management stuff. Where am I going? I'm confused. Is that a door? Modern Saturn's a necessity. They're falling apart. Yeah, the problem is modding's a bit of a dodgy area in Japan. It's quite frowned on. Games have only gotten more valuable. It's crazy. They're just collecting. They're just for collecting at this point. Yeah. I think the Saturn's just so niche though in the West, that's the problem. Like, nobody had, like, got into it as much. I don't see any exits. Like, where the hell can I go? Everything's a dead end. And also I think aren't quite a lot of the Western Saturn games boxes very fragile, which probably also contributes. To go down to the bottom, I think. Japanese games from overseas. I mean, I wouldn't know. I've never done it really. I've just lived here all the time instead. The only time I ever bought Yorozi you'll know. It's like, what is it called? Genki Games or something. Or eBay. I know Barley Bap gets a lot of good deals on eBay. As long as you wait patiently. You want to find somebody that's selling them close to where you live, I think, to cut down on the postage. It's the postage that gets you, because ever since COVID, it's expensive to post internationally. Because I tried to post, I bought a game on behalf of Barley Bap, and I was going to post it to her, but the postage was going to end up, to send it by airmail, was going to cost more than the game. So we decided to just send it by boat in the end, but it took like 4 months to arrive. She wasn't in a rush, so it didn't matter really, but yeah, it's not really... Whereas I remember, I don't know, 8 years ago, I posted a copy of Luna on the Mega CD to a friend in America, Like, it was actually a streamer that I really liked, and it was her favourite game, and I just sent, because it was, you know, like $5 at the time. It's crazy. I just sent her a copy of Luna in the post, and I remember that I think the postage cost me about $4 or $5. Not anymore though. Titles have pretty small releases, yeah. But it's the same with anything though that's got fragile boxes. The Super Nintendo is Super Nintendo games can get pretty obscene here if you want the box. My Saturn's probably held it the best. Yeah, my Saturn, touch wood. I bought it used and it's fine. Meanwhile, my PlayStation 4. To be honest, PlayStation 2's pretty dreadful. I'm dreading the day that my Japanese PlayStation 2 dies. So I'm sure it's gonna happen. It wouldn't surprise me because right now I'm playing on an actual PlayStation 1, not 2, and not 3. This is off a disc, as we know, but it's on a PS1. But they're not known for their longevity. I'd be very sad because I really do enjoy playing on a real PlayStation. I equate it to, I'm not being like one of those OG hardware or die people. Whatever works is my philosophy, but for me, the PlayStation, because it's affordable, that's the main reason. But the reason I like to play on the PlayStation is, it's just like drinking wine out of a glass, is how I say it. You can drink wine out of a wine glass, or you can drink it out of a plastic beaker. It's still fucking wine, you know? It's just purely mental, psychological aesthetic that makes you feel it tastes better, but it's still the same thing. So, I mean, with the PlayStation 2, there are ever so slight differences, arguably. Sometimes more than others. Speaking of, and I'm going to test this out because I'm curious, but you remember I was saying that Kudelka has issues on the PlayStation 3? So the game that I just ordered, the Raiden Project, I've read online that apparently, well, this was the Western version though, so I don't know if it'll apply to the Japanese one because I've heard that there's some changes made to the Western one. But apparently only Raiden 1 will work on a PlayStation 3. Apparently Raiden 2 doesn't work. I wonder why. I wonder what it does. I'm confused what to do in that dungeon. There's nothing there. I need to do something. Live in fear, my Dreamcast is a problem child. Oh, I can't even get my Dreamcast going. I need some sort of solution to get it into HDMI. My capture card. Well, I mean, I can play it on my TV, but I can't stream it. I need a RetroTink or something, but I don't want to pay for one. They're so expensive. And importing one. Oh, there's a little door at the top of the giant square. I see it. Proxy services. So there's yeah, there's eBay. I mean, there's Surugaya really, which is just a Japanese store. I bought games from there, but they can be a bit overpriced, and the postage is a bugger. And the problem with Surugaya is you don't necessarily know the quality, and they tend to buff CDs. So if you don't like the CDs being buffed, which I don't really. The thing that I don't like about buffing CDs is I wish that people would be transparent about it. I don't mind if you're going to do it, but inform me. I find it's really irritating that I buy games and they've clearly been resurfaced, but I think if you've resurfaced a game, you should lower the price. That's just my opinion. You shouldn't be able to charge the normal going rate if it's been resurfaced. But they do, and they just don't say so. But you can see it because the residues all over the fucking thing, because they never clean them. There's just like white specks. I used to not be confused about what it was. There'd be all these like real white spots on the middle and all around and if you don't see them there, you'll see them on the outer ring on the side. If you hold it sideways, you'll just see all this white kind of gunky bits. It's just residue from it being resurfaced. And then what usually happens, I notice with the PlayStation discs, is they start going cloudy after a while. Because it's like the chemicals from the resurfacing or whatever is reacting. Some of mine have got cloudy stuff on. I originally thought it was disc rot. But it just means it's been resurfaced. And all of them still work. Like, I panicked at one point and I rebought Final Fantasy VII because my copy of Final Fantasy VII was going cloudy. But I just think if you're going to do that, because it can't be good for the discs, and I think you shouldn't be able to sell the full going rate if you've done that. And they should say, you know, just this, because what they'll do is, they used to say, they'll say on the box, like, oh, it's got scratches on it, and they'll mark it down because it's got some scratches on it. But if it's been buffed, they don't say that. And I just think, well, it had scratches on it, you know? Because sometimes you can see, like when they've buffed it, you can see very faint scratches underneath, and there'll be like loads of them, and sometimes you can be like, oh my god, this must have been in a right state. What the hell? Oh, these one-way doors are annoying me. And some of... I've just walked through it again. Some of them don't look like they even needed rebuffing. I think sometimes they just do it. Like, they just do it to everything. Because there's a chain store in Japan too, used chain store called Book Off, and they buff most of their discs as well. Like, I think unless it's... I think if it's got a couple of scratches on, they just resurface it. I don't think they even test it. They just resurface it, because I think it takes a lot to damage a PlayStation 1 game, because I have loads of games that are covered in scratches that have not been resurfaced, but around this game that I play right now has got scratches on it. Touch wood, it's fine. I think it's more when you get into DVD territory that it starts getting a bit more finicky. And crap lasers as well, like the PlayStation 2. The game won't play, it's one thing, but why do exactly? And charge, because they do it, they do it so they can just charge whatever. But I think they should, and even if they're not going to lower the price, I still think they should state, because I will choose not to buy it. You know what I mean? Because some games there's a lot of choice. Like Final Fantasy VII, for example, I can choose not to buy a buffed version of Final Fantasy VII. There's enough of them, so I think they should say and lower the price a little bit or something. Because some sellers online do. I always respect when somebody online will say that it's been resurfaced. I'm not gonna buy it, but I respect it. I always try and avoid it because I just think it seems like it doesn't cause any problems, but if given the choice I won't. Because I just think it can't be good for it. You're like just nicking off a whole layer of the disc, and the thing is, if it's been resurfaced once, it's probably fine, but you don't know how many times it's been done. If these shops are just resurfacing them again and again and again, you know, maybe. Can't be good. And like I say, some of the discs start to go cloudy, and I wonder if that's, will it eventually erode away or something, who knows, but so far seems fine. Seems like they just assume the buyer won't care on it. Well, you see people, because, I mean, there's a lot of sellers that don't even know, I think, too, because I see them and they'll just say, like, the disc has some dirt on it or something, or is cloudy looking, and they'll show a photo of it, and I just look at it and I go, it's been resurfaced. But the seller obviously doesn't know because they've bought it. But it's like, you know, if they knew, it's not damaged, it's just been resurfaced. I mean, I hope it's not damaged, I don't know. I don't know the science and how it works and the goods and bads of it, but you could argue that it's not damaged, it's just been resurfaced. But they're confused and just think like, oh, it's dirty, it's got stains on it or something. Quite a few of my games have. Some of them, because I bought when I bought Mizerna Falls last year, a year and a half ago, I paid quite a bit for that as well. at the time. Like just in the context of how much it is for online. When I got Mizerna Falls, and I've been looking for Mizerna Falls for years and years and years, and I could never find it, except on Amazon for like $100, and I wasn't paying that. Amazon's stupid though. I never buy anything from Amazon Marketplace. Marketplace prices are always stupid, and you can't even see the product. But yeah, I got Mizerna Falls from Sudogaya. This is a used chain store, but it's what I know a lot of foreigners use to import with. But yeah, I bought from Sudogaya, and then and it's been buffed. It had all this like white gunk in the middle. I'm kind of annoyed because it's not the most common of games, and if I'd have known, I wouldn't have bought it. The thing that bothers me though is like some of the shops. So I'm scratching my eye. Some of the shops, like, because I will ask, like, can I have a look at the product? Can I have a look before I buy it? And they get like a bit arsey, and it's like, God, heaven forbid I want to just look at the fucking disc, you know? And then I'll look at it and I can see it's been buffed, so then I'm like, well, I don't really want it. I'd rather buy one that hasn't. I think they just think like, well, we wouldn't sell anything that's damaged, but it's like, well, I'll be the judge of that. I didn't even notice your thing here. You've had to adjust the laser several times. See, I tend not to notice it with Saturn games, but I think the main hint is the PlayStation has black discs, so it's very easy to see, whereas the Saturn doesn't. I have a copy of Guardian Heroes, which has a cloudy ring around the middle. I'm not sure why it has a cloudy ring on it. I bought, again, this is the thing, I bought it from a store. I tend to find I have less buff stuff when I buy online. But when I buy from shops, they're usually buffed. But my Guardian Heroes I got from a retro store, and it's got a cloudy ring on it, which I didn't notice at the time. Can't remember if they even showed it me anyway. It works fine though, but I suspect that that might be from resurfacing. But I can't see any gunk. The policy. I think they do. I think if it just looks slightly scratched, that just in it goes. You know what I mean? They don't want to find out like somebody making a claim. Because the problem with scratches too, though. I mean, I say this like most of my stuff is fine, but I generally just play PlayStation 1 stuff, and I think CD-ROMs are more resilient. Where the data is or something. Techie Rob knows more than I do, but the only time I've ever had bad experience with a scratch disc has been PlayStation 2, and I've told this story before, but it's my copy of, it was my PAL copy of Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 1. It had some scratches on, and it wasn't apparent that it was faulty until like the end of the game, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. And so maybe I guess the shops don't want that hassle. Tandard. I saw this one before. Yeah, and it's an RPG. It's ridiculous how long it took me to get to the end. Because it was... there was a sort of indication, like the final quarter of the game, or third maybe, a couple of the FMVs were skipping. A little bit in places and getting a bit weird. And then I got to the final boss, and I beat the final boss, and then the final movie started playing, and the game just crashed. And then I reloaded it, and I did the final boss again, and then the game just crashed at the exact same spot. It just crashed. There was nothing I could do about it. And the problem was, I wanted to play the sequel, and you can file transfer because it's a direct sequel, but I couldn't finish the game to save to do it. So I ended up having to buy another copy just to finish the bloody game. but then I actually never played the sequel anyway. Should just be standard practice to check, I think. Check for damage, bootleg, etc. Be it a disc or cartridge, inspect in second-hand market, etc. Exactly. I think there should be, because I feel like I'm bothering them because I've had a couple of really arsey. They're usually, like, I hate to stereotype, but sometimes the people that work in these stores, they're just like young, kind of early 20-year-olds, part-time jobs, and they don't give a shit about the actual stuff. It's just a job, and it's probably not very well paid. I don't know, but it's still like, well, whatever, you know. I've worked in retail. Like when I was in the UK, I used to work in retail. You just have to get on with it. It's your job. You know what I mean? It's customer service. Yes, it's a little bit annoying, but like, what else are you doing? The clock's not going any slower just because someone's asked to look at the disc. See, I don't know why they seal them all up. That's what bothers me too, is why they insist on sealing everything up all the time. I mean, the worst one is there's this chain store that we have in Japan. What this person learned? They've learned an escape dungeon spell. They sell junk stuff too, which is where I've got quite a few of my things. They call it the junk section. That happened with you in Dragon Age, literally the final battle. Oh, it's ridiculous as well, because it's like, of all the places, how could it do that? But yeah, this store, it has a junk section, and it's a chain store, but you've probably seen it on YouTube. It's called Hard Off. But yeah, they have the controller I'm using right now is actually from the junk store in Hard Off, but they have a no returns policy. So you buy it, and if it doesn't work, tough. And so it's a little bit of a risk, but I originally thought it was actually the point of it is supposed to be is it's junk and you're using it to salvage the parts. So I just assumed everything was considered broken, but it actually is just they haven't tested it, and it's not really very valuable anyway, so they don't care. They're just taking it in. But I kind of like they sell games too, junk games, and I have quite a few from there. You know, the other night when I was playing Parasite Eve, that was from the junk section. It cost $1, and there was no guarantee that it was going to work, but I could look at it in the shop because there's almost no value to it. I could just open it. I was just in the shop at the back and rummaging through the boxes of junk games, and I saw Parasite Eve, and I just opened it and I had a look at the discs, and I could see like next to no scratches on it. The manual was in gorgeous condition, and I just thought, bugger it, it's $1 if it doesn't work. And oh well. Worst case scenario is I buy it again, but at least I know I've got a nice case and a manual in case I can't find a nice copy later. Works fine. I mean, maybe we'll stream it someday and it'll crash halfway through, and then joke's on me, but whatever. I have been burned once though. I did get a game. I can't remember what it's called. Let me have a look. I think it's called Crimson Red or something. No, Crimson Tear. Something on the PlayStation. Crimson Tears on the PlayStation 2. I bought from the junk section for $1. Basically, anything in the junk section is usually like 100 to 300 yen, depending on what game it is. I bought Crimson Tear, and it works, but it has some weird audio scratching or something, and I think it's I'm hoping it's my copy. If it's not the game, it's my PlayStation 2, but everything else seems to work okay. And then I think also Chaos Legion, I'm not sure if that's just a dodgy copy or just how the game's supposed to be, but the opening movie thing had some weird noise, I think. Sounds familiar, Crimson Tears. I can't remember if we got a Western release. It's supposed to be like an action RPG of some sort, or like a fighting RPG. Crimson Tear PS2. You've got Crimson Tears. Did it get a Western release? It's Capcom, isn't it? I just picked it up. I picked it up on total whim. I've never even heard of it. until I saw it in the thing. 7.1 out of 10 on IGN. But yeah, my copy doesn't work. I need to get another one. What is it called, though? The genre? Capcom love to make up their own genres. They just have them on the back and stuff. Konami do that actually. What do they claim? They claim it is. I picked it up because it was supposed to be a hybrid, like an RPG something. Can't remember now. Beat 'em up RPG. Beat 'em up, I think it is. Yeah, it's supposed to be a unique fighter RPG. If you put RPG on, I just buy it. That's how I got this. But yeah, that didn't work out well. But I've had some good stuff. I mean, I assume I have. I haven't actually played the games to completion that I'm saying are fine, but my copy of Wild Arms 2 was from a junk box. I feel like I'm rescuing them. I feel very sad that they're sitting there, nobody loves them. My Final Fantasy 9 was from a junk box. But like I said, the controller that I'm using right now is from there. It's the, you know, the non-DualShock version of the PlayStation 1 controller that doesn't have the analog sticks at all, the original one. I wanted one to play Alundra with to get the feels before I had a PlayStation 1. I just wanted to plug it into my PS2 and get the same feeling. It was a gateway drug to buying a PS1. But I went up and just picked up I didn't want to spend a lot, so I just took a gamble and picked up a junk controller that looked fine. I thought, you know, how broken can it be? Hasn't got any analog sticks. There's a oh yeah, but my whole point of all of this was that they've recently started sealing the games in the junk section, and I'm just like, I just think that's bullshit. Like, if you're not going to even allow me to bring it back if it's broken, at least let me like look at it. I mean, yeah, I could ask at the counter, but what a pain in the arse. Because all I want to do is flip and look at the disc. If it's not covered in scratches, then I'm having it. If it's covered in scratches, I probably wouldn't bother, because it's not been tested. And I also want to see the condition of the manual and stuff, if it even has one. I think Dark Cloud 2 was the last game I had that failed to work due to bad disc. Was right before the final battle as well. That's awful. Why did they... What is it with these RPGs? Let's look at my... What? That game is cursed. I have bullshit with Breath of Fire 3 as well. I'm sorry, but that game is a cursed game. My memory card, I had a third-party memory card. One of those ones where you push the button and it changes the sides, and so you have double the space. It kept erasing itself, stupid Breath of Fire 3. The amount of times I don't like Breath of Fire 3 because I got sick of playing it over and over again. But please tell us about your exploding copy of Breath of Fire 3. I can't believe it. I've managed to put enough years between me and Breath of Fire 3 now though, so I'm actually really ready to play it again. It's a shame because it's quality. I really want to play it again and see what I think about it now. I don't think it's a bad game. I'm just hesitant. I don't know what I want to call it. I've not been... Oh, this is still long slow. I feel like the pacing on it is a bit weird, and I think the difficulty is kind of all over the place. Bits of it are really hard, 'cause I had it as a kid. It's my own fault, really. Slightly damaged disc in a drive spinning too fast. Oof. What exploded? The PlayStation? Heel Squall. See, I've never played 4, and I hear people really like 4. Really good reputation, but I think the hyper-low makes it a bit off-putting. Does it? I saw tons of promo content for Breath of Fire 3. Never so much of the game itself, though. I feel like Breath of Fire 3... Maybe I don't know. I mean, you probably remember too, but I feel like nobody cared about Breath of Fire 3 until... I feel like it's been re-evaluated as a classic game. But then again, there's a reason I had it. My brother picked it up, probably because he thought it was good, so it must have had some sort of a decent reception. But I feel like it got... I'm just going on a UK perspective, but I feel like Breath of Fire 3 got like 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 in PlayStation, official PlayStation magazine. Which isn't, you know, it's not terrible, but it's not amazing either. These days, though, people they go on and on about Breath of Fire 3 on Twitch and stuff. I didn't realise it was so beloved. Because for me, it's a problem game. It's a game that I had to keep starting over and over again, and I got sick of it. I've never finished it. I got to the final boss once. But I think replaying it now, I'll really love it. Because I've always loved 2D sprites on 3D backgrounds. It's one of my favourite things. That and chicken. The disc itself exploded, heard a loud pop crack, and then the game froze. It's an absolute... What the fuck? That's insane. I wasn't too keen on 4. So, see, I thought people love 4, but you're not the only person. I've heard a couple of people say that... Well, I think Barley Bap told me that some people aren't keen on 4. So I thought 4 got better reviews, if I remember at the time. Just in the UK, anyway. Where am I going? Chicken or chakan? What do you think? I know that people don't like 5, but then there's some people that really like 5. Barley Bat loves 5. I need to play 5 and see what it's all about. Do you think it'd be a good game to stream? I wonder if I was one to keep to myself. I don't really know too much about it, except that it alienated a lot of people. But I think Barley Bap's pretty much got it up there as one of her top RPGs, maybe on, I don't know if in general or the PlayStation 2. I think at the time there was still a divide between people who like JRPGs and people who hated them despite FF7's influence. I just think, like, I don't want to like make anybody feel bad or whatever, but I kind of think like Breath of Fire 3 is a lot better, but like we were talking about this the other night, I don't really get the actually no, we were talking about it in Discord, so you probably already know this opinion because I think you read it, but I think that Breath of Fire is a bit overrated as an RPG, in particular the first one. I just think they're not bad games, but they're not like, they don't do anything like that unique or special. I just think they're like comfort RPGs, but sometimes that's all you need. I don't know, I can't speak about 5. I hear 5 is pretty out there though. 5 is the PS2 one, right? Yeah, Dragon Quarter. Very different game to the others in the series. Yeah, I mean, technically they dropped the number in a lot of places, I think, didn't they? They made Breath of Fire 4. No, they just make crap mobile games. The thing is though, watch this space though, because if I replay Breath of Fire, I'm very happy to totally change my opinion on it. It's been a long time since I played Breath of Fire 3. It's just, I have a lot of personal history with that game. A lot of personal history with that game. It's my bucket list game. I'm actually scared to finish Breath of Fire 3 because I feel like I might just keel over afterwards. Like my life's work's complete. It feels forbidden to finish Breath of Fire 3 at this point in my life. Because for whatever reasons I've failed numerously over and over again. The last time I played Breath of Fire 3 properly on the PlayStation, I got up to the final dungeon or something, and then I think I went to Japan to study, so I didn't finish it. Whose promo contrast got so much of a push? Are you sure that was 3 and not 4? But what do I know? That sounds like 4 to me, just from the anime thing. 'Cause didn't that have anime cutscenes? The one that I do, the thing that I remember about Breath of Fire 3 is the cover is cursed as fuck. Breath of Fire is one of my favourite series, largely for the reasons I just come from RPGs. I can totally understand people enjoying the games. Like when I say that, like I think it's overrated, the first one anyway. I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think it's that special, like compared to some other stuff. It's still good though. I mean, I like RPGs. There's no RPG that I don't like, really. I don't think. I think I've yet to play an RPG that I actually hated. There's just different degrees of enjoying. And also, as I get older, my tastes change. Because I wouldn't have liked, whoa. Limpion. I wouldn't have liked this kind of game when I was younger. Although I probably would have liked this game particularly because it does have a good story. But I wouldn't play first-person dungeon crawlers when I was younger. Thought they look boring. I used to hate. Well, that's a cool effect. Oh, there's random boobs as well at the end of it. I used to hate any RPG that didn't let you. Oh, somebody died. He just couldn't handle it. It's too much for him. Meanwhile, the girls and Finn didn't bat an eye. Says a lot. Someone died. I know, right? Oh, watch out for those boobs. Are they actually boobs though? Or just pecs? Shit, Melissa couldn't handle them. I need to do something about this. We could get game over here. Stop, stop, stop. How many turns are you having? Let's, do I have a resurrection spell? I don't even know. I've never needed one. Okay, you don't. We have items though, I think. Where is it? I've only got one though. That's a level 2 resurrection spell. Do I not have level 1? Oh, there it is. It's concerning. Well, I want to use it, not rearrange it. Let's resurrect Melissa, because she may have a spell. In fact, let's silence this bitch. Oh wait, have you got a revival spell? I was using Finn. Oh, she's got a revival spell. Oh wow. Get you now. Sorry about that, I had to play the game for a moment. Heal, shower. I have heals. Who has heal score? What does that do? I don't think we've seen this one yet. Completely, God, it completely heals all their health and costs only 12 MP. That is so broken. It's ridiculous. Silence this cow. Oh. wanted to see Heal Squall. My taste in RPGs didn't really expand until I got well into adulthood. Yeah, me too. It's finally just happened. Her monsters cast a death spell, yeah. I just remember that I really test was Chained Echoes. That sounds familiar. What's that? Do I have that? Oh, is that a modern one? Maybe I don't know this. Is it only on Steam? Oh no, it's on Switch by the looks of it. Oh, that's that new one. Linda was influenced by games such as Xenogears, Terranigma, blah 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 blah. So just RPGs then. Influenced by Xenogears, Terranigma, Secret of Mana, Suikoden 2, Breath of Fire, Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy 6. So you were just influenced by very good RPGs. Good to know. Outside of Pokemon, I thought the only good RPGs were story heavy with multiple choice dialogue options. I don't really play RPGs, but find myself watching them quite a bit here on Twitch. I can't think of what I didn't like. I mean, Air's Adventure's kind of shit, but we know it's crap, you know what I mean? It was
what a great
probably
car.
one of the worst I played, but I still had fun. Oh, do you know what I didn't test before I added the chat box? Is that underneath? Oh yeah, it is, that's fine. Stuff like Fallout, Arcanum. Oh, I have played Instigate Torment. I've heard really good things about it. I don't know PC games. I feel like the worst a game can be is mediocre. So, going on about the comfort food stuff, I really like the Tales of series. I like Tales of games and their sort of comfort JRPGs. I do think Breath of Fire 2 is a lot better than 1 though. And in my memory, I can look back at it and I think Breath of Fire 3 is really fun. I mean, I have it now. I bought it again. It's on my shelf because I want to play it properly and finish it. But I want to I had it for the PSP, but I don't want to play on the PSP now. I used to be that person that would just buy like the newest version of it that was supposedly the best or something, and I thought, well, the PSP, it's got like widescreen and it's convenient, but no. I want to play Breath of Fire 3 on my PlayStation. It's happening. I wouldn't be opposed to streaming 3. I don't think I'd stream 4 or maybe 5 though, because I've never played them before, and I think I'll just relax by myself. But 3, I'm familiar with 3, even though it's been like, I don't know. Last time I played 3 must have been about 2008. But I've played it a lot in the past, so I can still sort of remember. This is interesting though. Where are we now? Oh, it's getting mechanical again. I think the thing with Breath of Fire 3 for me, like replaying it, it's probably one of those games that I've ruined myself by playing it too much because of saving and stuff. Maybe if I hadn't had such a load of bullshit with it, I'd have a much fonder memory of it. But unlike replays, the like slight spoilers, but you start out as a child and you get older, and I remember on replays, like the child part of the game just used to drag. I just used to really do my head in. Especially like some of the early dungeons, like McNeil's Manor, used to drive me crazy. It was really hard. And the counter rate, reprisal rate on Breath of Fire is very high. And that stupid dungeon with Momo, the factory, that used to do my head in. But the other thing is, I don't think I know how to play the game very well, because I heard somebody talking about it recently and said that agility is all tied to McNeil's Manor site. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about. It's a painful dungeon. I think it's a hard game, like back then, because I'd only played like Final Fantasy VII, Suikoden's so easy when you know what you're doing. Final Fantasy VII is really easy as well. I think I played those. I played Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I don't know if I played Final Fantasy VIII yet or not, but then there was Breath of Fire 3 and it was kind of kicking my ass, you know? But I didn't know how it worked, like with... I heard someone saying recently that like agility is determined on your equipment and stuff, and it determines the turn order and things, and I think when I was younger I wouldn't have paid attention to stuff like that. I would have just gone, this armor is better, it goes on, you know? Same with Final Fantasy VII. Does anybody actually bother with materia, like looking at the stats and what each materia does? Like it raises your strength and this one lowers your speed and this one raises your defense but lowers your magic. Like, does anybody pay attention? Because I don't. Even now, when I play Final Fantasy VII, Cloud has Bolt. Cloud, everybody has Cure. Cloud always has Bolt. He has enemy skill. He has cover. I have my ways. Barrett has ice magic. Ares has ice magic. Tifa has fire. That's just how it is. I don't look at the stats. It's sort of a bit of a robust system, but I never bothered with it. It doesn't mean anything, the stats on Final Fantasy VII, because it's so easy. I'll catch up on chat in a second. Let me just heal these people. I know I'm talking too much and not actually reading what people are saying. I should learn to inhale once in a while. Heal yourself. I really want to see this spell effect. I should have healed them out of battle, but never mind. I want to see heal Squall that Lisp is going to do now. It was not very exciting. Oh well. I get that feeling with games and films. It's like, the first experience was pretty iconic. Maybe it's best left that way. Adore Planescape. I like it so much if I play it again. Yeah, I feel that about, I don't remember, there was something, didn't I just play recently that I was thinking I don't know if I'd want to play that again? Oh! This is a whole conversation, so let me just catch up with chat first. Mediocre forgettable RPGs is like, you've spent 80 hours just not getting invested in the characters to not remember much about the game. Yeah, you just sort of go through it and move on. Pretty sure the best parts of it will hold up, but it's the way it's written and how it appealed to college me. Sometimes going back can really sour your memories as well, though. As a kid, I didn't say anything about the material system until I was like halfway through the disc one because it's a stupid child. I should read it. And it doesn't matter, you know, the game doesn't make you need to know. There's no difficulty really. Even now, like, I will in my 30s still not give a shit about the materia system in Final Fantasy VII. I will just equip whatever I want on who I want. Doesn't matter. And you can still be insanely overpowered. I'm not bothered if one thing reduces Cloud's strength and raises his magic. So what? Curious about Final Fantasy VIII. Have you not played 8? I love 8. Nobody else seems to anymore. I remember when people liked 8. I remember some people did. You know, these days people would... I reckon that the majority of people online would probably say that Breath of Fire 3 is better than Final Fantasy VIII now. Easily. And there'll be people that say Legend of Dragoon is better than Final Fantasy VIII. I guess. Maybe. Could be subjective though, I suppose, that one really. But, yeah. I do wish that they'd highlight who I'm doing the commands for, because I don't really read the words. Sometimes I forget who I am. Come round on 8, but I will always be silent to the card game. Jeez, there. It's better than 9s though. People don't really want broody angsty characters. No, they don't. People shat all over Squall though. I've 8 sitting my shop for years, so I haven't touched it. Very opinions maybe want to get through it. I think you'll enjoy it. It's fun. The problem with 8 is it just has a janky game system. The junction system is bad. There's no way to sugarcoat it, but it also isn't the be all and end all of the game. The only one who likes 9's card game. No, I think they're both okay really, and I don't like the rule swapping in 8. I like Squall. Squall is the best. Squall's my favourite hero from Final Fantasy, I think. And I don't know why people don't like him. I was talking about this with Barley Bat recently. Oh, and I realised I forgot what I was saying before, but the game I was on about was it's not really a long conversation, but To the Moon. I was also talking to Barley Bat about this, that's what's on my mind. To the Moon is a game that I'm not sure if I could replay. I kind of want to, but I think I need to leave it just a little bit longer. I'd like to play like the re-release of it, that they've touched up the graphics and stuff. Controversial game. See, the thing is, I don't even think like Final Fantasy VIII is controversial. It's more like just... I feel like it's just, dare I say, a bit hipstery to just hate some things. I don't think... I mean, the junction system is controversial, but I don't think the game itself was controversial. I think it was a big success. But with great success comes massive criticism later. I mean, it's sold tons. And at the time, I remember the glowing reviews. 10 out of 10 in UK PlayStation magazine. All three of them did. 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 10. You need to hunker down and finish it. 9's good. 9 was just a bit easy. I flew through 9. I sort of ate it, spat it out, forgot about it. Doesn't mean it was bad though. It just sort of went past. It's an unusually large amount of people start shitting on the game, really. Well, I'm just meaning about the context of the time. I mean, I know what you mean. I agree with what you mean about controversial games in general. But I just don't feel like Final Fantasy VIII was like that controversial. It's just sort of been more of a modern re-evaluation of it. But at the same time, I do feel like the more I speak to people, the more I start to get the impression that quite a few people that never liked it. And I think it might be a case too that, you know, we didn't have the internet as prevalent as we do now, so you weren't really as aware of everybody else's opinions back then. You kind of just had the... So it's hard to know. I mean, you can say Final Fantasy VII's controversial at this point, because enough people don't like that anymore. People compare it to 7. People compare them, they just compare Final Fantasy to 6 these days. They used to compare it to 7, now everything's crap unless it's Final Fantasy 6. Because 6 is retro and cool. And didn't sell millions and millions and millions. One of those tearjerker games. Yeah, To the Moon is really good. If you're thinking of playing it, just go for it. That's all I have to say. Don't look into it, read it or anything, just play it. It's not a very expensive game, I don't think, anyway. I played it in like 5 or 6 hours one afternoon. Really enjoyed myself. How are we doing damage? I'm not really paying attention. Why is she dying? Oh, she's been silenced. Or somebody, oh no, Grey has, I don't care about him. I assume we're going to win, so I'm not really paying attention. Although I do feel like the game's got ever so slightly spicier in the last 40 minutes. Disagree, but I know I'm the only one. Oh no, I've read that. You're talking about the card games. Proteria, I think that was. Greystone's leveled up. Biggest reason people didn't like 7 is it was 8 is it was 7-2. It wasn't 7-2. I think people don't like the junction system. Oh, we got a spear. I didn't even know spears were a weapon in this game. People probably compare 7. I got hyped about Dark Souls when 2 was different. They hate it. See, I really like 2. I really like Dark Souls 2 and I don't really like 3. I mean, I don't hate 3, I just don't think it doesn't do it for me. Are we finding ultimate weapons then? When did we get a Thunder Sword? I didn't notice that. Some enemy must have dropped it. She can have that then. We don't have YouTube to pull up and form their own opinions based on... Yeah, that is true, I would say. The idea of consensus is stuff like magazine reviews and what your closest friends think. To be honest though, I have to say though, my friendship circles, most of my friends didn't really like RPGs. I was the only one. My brother liked RPGs, but my friends did not so much. Or if they did, they liked different ones to me. Like my friend that I mentioned a lot on stream didn't play any of the RPGs. The RPGs that he had were the ones that I didn't. Well, he had Wild Arms and Legend of Dragoon, which he later told me about Legend of Dragoon being cheap, so that I got it too. But yeah, we had different tastes in those senses. As of Edith Finch is one of the most emotional games I've ever played, but it also goes back to the right game at the right time conversation. I love Edith Finch. It's one of my favourite games. Absolutely love that game. I've recommended it to so many people. I really like that game. I love that company. Can't wait for the next game. I love the Unfinished Swan. I love Edith Finch. I've played Edith Finch once, and I've watched 2 people like play Edith Finch in my home. I really like that game. And Edith Finch is another one of those, like, just play it or don't. Like, don't read about it or anything, just get on with it. I want to try playing one game, Meg's a Monster. To the Moon's 100% on the list. To the Moon's only about 5 hours long as well, 6 hours. I need to play the sequels. I think you should play Unfinished Swan before you play Edith Finch, though. I really, really like What Remains of Edith Finch. I like walking simulators though. I think it's a really underappreciated genre. People dismiss it as like not really video games, but I think they're very gamey. They're just different. They're no weirder than visual novels. I like, what's the other one? Firewatch. I like Firewatch, I like, for this one, I like Edith Finch. The one I didn't really gel with was The Disappearance of Ethan Carter. I didn't think that was that great. It was okay. I enjoyed playing it, but I thought the ending was a bit lame and predictable. So much artistic potential with walking simulators. Yeah, and they're just they're like, Barface just said. It's just like, kind of right game at the right time. You can just sit down and get on with it and play it and move on, kind of thing. I have one that I want to play at some point. I have The Suicide of Rachel Foster, but I've heard it's a bit controversial in the subject matter, so I might just play it to myself. So I don't know if I would want to deal with the subject matter on stream. Oh, Gone Home is a good one. I like Gone Home. But they are those kind of games that you don't really want to play more than once. Slender Man was a good walking simulator. Although I thought it got weaker as it went on. But the first like level or two was brilliant. Once you went in the mines, that was just kind of crap. Gone Home is a beautiful story. It's not just the story of Gone Home that's beautiful, just the setting. It's gorgeous. It's such a... I love the realism. The only review I've read of Super Mario 64 gave it 65%, so I grew up thinking it was a decent game. Maybe it is. I've never played it. It's only YouTube that's like drilled it into my head that it's terrible. Do you know, talking about like, if you want to talk about like reevaluating stuff, the one that I was bang on about, Castlevania 64, the U-turn that the internet has done on that game. I'm not saying it's a great game, but I believe a certain angry video person made a video about Castlevania 64, which might be why everybody hates it now. I don't know. But people talk as if it was always terrible. It wasn't. I bought the damn thing. It's supposed to be good. I bought it second hand. Why is she always dead? Or are we just killing the monsters before she gets healed? Let me do it out of combat. She's definitely the worst party member. She doesn't really bring a lot to the table. I'm using the weak heal because I can't be asked to scroll down. Oh, there's one right there though. Heal, shower, whatever. I want to play Castle 64 just for the skeletons. Have you seen it go the other way around, like again it was universally panned? Can't think. Anybody else? Playthrough was hilarious. Now, Castlevania 64 is not a great game, and I'm sure it's aged like ass. It's not as good as the other Castlevania games, I don't think either. But it wasn't this janky failure of a game at the time. It got good reviews. That's why I bought it. Deadly Premonition. Yeah, that's true. Although I do actually think Deadly Premonition is kind of a bad game. It just has a good story. Sonic games. I don't think Generations. Generations is a good game. And Generations has not changed. Generations was always good. Maybe people like it more, I don't know, but Generations is pretty much... Generations is the best 3D Sonic game that's been made in about 20 years, in my opinion. I haven't played Frontiers though, so I can't comment on that one, but Generations, I love it. Sonic 06, I think people just love to laugh at it. I don't think anybody that's worth their salt can argue that Sonic 06 is a good game. Colors was popular too, so I'm a bit of a Sonic nut, so that's why I know. Sonic Colors has always been popular. I actually don't really care for Sonic Colors as much as everybody else does, but Sonic Colors was people saw it as the second coming of Sonic when it came out. I remember the consensus was it's finally the game that you've been waiting for, and a good Sonic 3D game. I'd say Unleashed is closer to what you're thinking about. But Unleash is very divisive. There's some people that defend it and think it's quite good, and think that the Werehog combat levels are good. I think that it's a bit of a troubled game. The Werehog stuff is shite. The Sonic levels are okay, but have problems. Games between them? Ah yeah, I was going to say. Generations, definitely not. Usually games age poorly compared to more modern design. Oh, Chakan. Who the fuck likes Chakan? I don't get it. It's popular. People like Chakan. Go on YouTube and listen to the soundtrack and your ears will bleed and you'll see that person like, this is the best soundtrack ever. I don't get it. I want to get it, but I don't. I want to enjoy. I like enjoying things. I don't like hating on things. I think the more things you can enjoy, the better life is. But I don't get it. Only ones that are actually playable. See, I just think they're all. I just think they're awful though. Like it's not Sonic. It's not what I want in a Sonic game. And the Werehog levels they're so long. Each one's like 45 minutes. I just want to get on with the Sonic games. I didn't mind the Sonic levels. The later stages get a bit bad though. But some of them are good. Rooftop Run's a good level. Which version did you play though? As well, because I haven't played it properly, but I heard the Wii version's really good. Maybe for the Werehog levels too. I've only played it on PS3. My Sonic hot take is that Sonic levels in general are far too long. The finale levels are, on the 3D ones. Dull, but they weren't. It's meant to be swapped out Knuckles. I think what it was is just that God of War was popular. The end. PS3 for me too, yeah. Chakan is aged like milk. I don't think it's. I think it was already cheese. How long is this maze gonna be? The worst kind of cheese. It's Parmesan. Yeah, I don't like Werehog Sonic. It's just Sonic is a very abusive relationship, I think. Being a Sonic fan, it's constantly just Sega not listening to what people actually want and just trying to guess. Nobody wanted Werehog levels. Nobody wanted furry companions that you can create. Did anybody even want the wisps? I didn't. Yeah, okay, they function and they work, but I don't want the wisps either. Like, just give me a fucking Sonic game. Like, all I want to just scream, can you please just make Sonic Generations 2? And stop everything else, just make Sonic Generations 2. You made a really good game and then you refused to make a sequel to it. Like, or just, I mean, even with Sonic Forces, I thought it was going to be Sonic Generations, but not Sonic Generations. Like, just a new story, but using the engine from Sonic Generations, and it kind of was, but then you had to shoehorn in crappy avatars with guns that I don't want to play as. I just want to be like what Sega didn't seem to understand for the longest time. I think they've finally got it, but I think what most Sonic fans want, we just want to be Sonic. Not Sonic Werehog. Not Sonic's wolf, duck, rabbit friend. We want to be Sonic. Or Tails. Or Knuckles. I will tolerate Amy. Have a lot of fun when I go back to Frontiers. I want to play Frontiers, but I'm going to wait until PS5. Whenever I get one. So close to being it. I don't know if I like Frontiers because I'm really, really, really bored of the trend in modern gaming for the last 15 years where everything has to be open world. I find it exhausting. I'm sure that it'll be it looks fun, I'm sure it'll be fun, but it still won't be a Sonic game that I actually want. It will be something else that's got Sonic in it. I just want Sonic Generations 2. It doesn't have to be the same levels, but just play like Sonic Generations. It was so fun. Want to start fresh with each game instead of building on what was working in the last janky game. Yeah, but when they do a good game. Oh, you know, talking about games that are bad or something that are good or whatever. I like. Here's my hot Sonic take. I think Sonic Lost Levels is a good Sonic game, and the internet won't let it breathe. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as everybody makes out. It is not a janky mess of a Sonic game. It's not the best Sonic game, but it's decent. It gets worse as it goes on. I think the final world is not very good, and the bosses at the end are not very good. But the first half of the game is really good. I think people just didn't want to let it breathe. They didn't want to let it be anything, and they just were too busy calling it a Mario Galaxy clone, which it's not. It doesn't play like Mario Galaxy at all. I don't know if a lot of people even played it though. I think people just wrote it off as shit. You've had DS, not played it much, like what I played. I played some of the DS one, I haven't finished it. I've only played it on Wii U. I might be one of the few people who actually bought a Wii U just to play Sonic Lost World. Some people bought their Wii U's to play Xenoblade Chronicles X. Some people bought them to play Twilight Princess HD. I bought mine to play Sonic. Sonic Galaxy is an extreme clone. That Sonic Extreme game. It kinda looks bad. You know, in the footage of it, like the dream of what could have been Sonic Extreme. The footage that I've seen, especially the fisheye one, it looks bad. I'm kind of like relieved it got cancelled. It looks a bit like that game Bug, which I kind of want to play, but that's not a Sonic game. Some cool stages, single line progression, story and good music, that's too much. So yeah, and come on, like, where's Sonic Mania 2? Why are you sitting on the good stuff? So I want to get Sonic Origins at some point. I will now that it's got a physical release, but I don't know whether to get it for the PS5 and just wait. Some very cursed Sonics. I have most of them. I haven't played all of them yet. I was actually going to stream Sonic, all the games that I have, before I did the Mega Drive challenge. I was going to do a Sonic sort of challenge instead. And I bought a lot of bad Sonic games ready for it, and I haven't got round to doing it yet, because I have Sonic and the Black Knight. Or whatever it's called, the Secret Rings. I have Underworld, I Unleashed twice. I bought the Wii version as well to see what the difference was. Is it just me, or is this dungeon going on and on and on and on? Chatting around with friends, we played Sonic non-stop for a week straight. What's your favourite Sonic? The correct answer is... What's all that stuff at the bottom then? You played most Sonic games, pretty much every major one and a good chunk of the spin-offs. So I think the worst Sonic game ever made that I've played is probably technically 06, but actually Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. And that game is garbage because it's also boring. 2D at Sonic 1. Ooh, that's an interesting choice. People don't seem to like Sonic 1 anymore. That seems to have been retroactively changed to being bad. Sonic Adventure 2. I'm not as much of a fan of 2 as I am of 1. I much prefer Sonic Adventure 1. A lot of it is story though, and a lot of it is I'm a huge fan of Tails, and I was devastated when they stuck him in a crap robot. Just to have like Dr. Robotnik be an equal. Because I really liked being Tails in Sonic Adventure, because Tails has always been my favourite Sonic character. Mostly because of the comics and stuff. Two and 3, I find the gimmicks get in the way. I like 3. 3 and Knuckles together are my favourite Sonic game. I've only played Sonic Heroes, I'm so sorry. Not a fan of Sonic Heroes. It's not the worst Sonic game by far, but it's the worst of that era. Prefer 1. Silly and carefree, but I like the hub areas. I like 3 and Knuckles. I like how big it is. I liked the save states of it. It's the one that I really got into as a kid. Ooh. Here we go, but not yet. Let me just check. I haven't checked that top corner. I'm kind of tempted to. Oh, is it the dead end this way? I'm just checking for treasure chests. Just all repetitive. I also just think the levels at the end are evil. The final level can go in the bin. The whole rails skidding things. Team Chaotix was trash. I couldn't even finish the first one. I need to replay that. So Sonic Spinball, just to hit his approval. You're such a hipster, aren't you? Sonic Spinball. God. My friend had Sonic Spinball. I'm sorry, anybody that says Sonic Spinball is their favourite Sonic game, they know what they're saying. The best Sonic spin-off game is Sonic... Oh, it's amazing. I love that game. I need to get that physically. I only have it digitally on my PS3 and I forget I own it as a result. Now, what would the real hipster Sonic answer be? The real hipster Sonic answer would probably be... Sonic Forces, maybe. Don't know. Sonic 06 is too obvious. Can't believe it. Japanese Pinball is one of my fave covers of any Sonic game though. Is it? Think of what that one is. Google it. Oh, that is nice. What's the PAL cover? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I like the PAL cover though. I remember that. Sega Sonic the Hedgehog is the actual hipster action. That's true. That's the hipster. Yeah. There you go. Good work. Labyrinth. I haven't played Labyrinth. It looks ass. I played G Sonic, or whatever it is. Sonic Boost or Boom Burst. 3D Burst Land. The really cursed Game Gear one. Actually, the hipster answer is Sonic Chaos. Not that I think it's bad, but just it's the avant-garde deep cut, isn't it? Without being the arcade game itself. I'd like to play Sega Sonic. Don't know how. Is that all the rooms then? Can we see the final thing? The Sega Sonic popcorn machine, the traffic control. It's insane how much of a media thing Sonic was. Do you know what I need to play? I need to play the Brotherhood one. I would love to stream that, but I wish I could stream my DS. I have the Brotherhood, get the BioWare one. I've never really got into it though. Every time I tried, it just didn't really quite grab me. But yeah, my favourite Sonic games, Sonic Generations, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Mania, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Oh, you know another hot take maybe? A tepid take is Sonic 4 Episode 2 is not a bad game. People just wouldn't let it breathe because the first part was crap, so people just dismissed the second one before they even give it a chance. Wasn't that Kino Mania after a few zones? I love Mania. That was an absolutely brilliant game. I've actually only ever played it once as well. I played it once on one afternoon. I beat the whole game in one sitting the day it came out. I've not played it since. Except the first level, messed about on it. So I'm kind of leaving it because I want to play it again and not have ruined it. I need to play the plus stuff. Right, let's see if my brain can handle this. Really didn't find much of improvement. I think it was much better over the first one. Controlled a lot better and it had more interesting levels and the graphics were nicer. And I thought it was a very cozy, fun game. I'd love to see the third one. I don't think it was anywhere near as good as you know, the original series, but people like ripped into episode 2 as if it was absolute trash like the first one. It's nowhere near as bad. Let's see. Oh, it's the same thing. Multiple personality artificial intelligence system, Iris. Okay. That would have been a good translation, you know, when I was trying to think of it. I kept thinking pupil, but pupil's such a lame kind of word, isn't it? Iris would work. Iris. This is in a loan word, iris now. Put your hand on the plate. And let's did it. And confirming gene code, password. And she said a password. Command accepted. Terminal iris has ceased. It seems you won't stop then, sister. Oh, here we go. What was that? Well, that was interesting. So that would be what the surgeon meant. So I didn't realise it was going to waffle on, so I thought I'd take screenshots instead. So yeah, so Kiradil said, it seems like no matter what, you're going to continue on doing this then, right, sister? And Lisp said, just stop already, Kiral. If you twist the gates any further than this, we won't be able to take them, like, bring them back. Kiral? Kiral! And then Kiral's voice changed, and that's when she was saying, help me, sister! And then it switched into like a demon voice, as you probably heard through the stream. So that must confirm then what the surgeon said, that she is not the sister, and it's something that came through the gate. I guess she's possessed. So why are we shutting down all these terminals? I don't really understand what any of this means, but it's really cool. Didn't really plan for this to take as long as it has, but I was kind of just going slow and enjoying the chat about video games. It was kind of nice after, because I've been playing a lot of story heavy games lately, so it's nice to have a bit of an unwind time. We've got 2 more dungeons to do, but I don't have keys for them. You think... Oh, I thought I had more than just 2 keys. Don't know where I would get those keys. Let me just double check. Nope, no keys there. I should check my inventory as well, because I've not been paying attention at all to the ends of combats. Thunder swords, flame rings. We didn't seem to get any equipment in that dungeon though, which was concerning. I'm not sure where to go now. I thought we had more than 2 keys. Which ones did we have? The heart, which came from the healing place, and that's their symbol, I think, anyway. The fang we got from Leo, and I guess he's part of the military? I don't know. Which is their symbol. No, what's left? Wait, no, that was the iris that I just did. Which is the church of... We got that from the beggar. I don't know about the others. I'm just going to go save though anyway. And, you know, as I said at the start of the stream, cut to me 4 hours later or whatever, still here. Here I am. So much for my early night. Oh, Virtual Wolf, thanks for the raid. I'm just about to end. Give you a shout out anyway. What were you doing today? Let's save that game. We'll rest. Save. I'd push and do the another dungeon because I'm curious where it's going to go, but I do actually need to function tomorrow to do some work. We'll pick this up on Friday though, I think. Friday night, so Friday day for you people. I will definitely be carrying on because I'm really into the story and I want to know what's going to happen next. We got 2 more dungeons. I've got to find the keys though. Oh, just Devil Saga 2. Save again just in case. Baldur's Gate 3. Right, well, it's been fun hanging around. It was nice to get Phantom Step finished and a bit more Boundary Gate done. I think we'll leave it there.